Um, I know people that like perceive it as not very real, but I mean it's something I've experienced before, and sometimes like there's no rhyme or reason to it, and I mean it sucks, but things get better.
Well, someone who went through it, especially in high school, I can say it's a real thing, and I didn't honestly believe that before I had it, but when your grades start to slip and your life starts to fall apart, you realize it really is real and does hold a lot of power.
It's mostly just the pressure to do well on exams and just the overwhelming amount of studying you have to do for a lot of them. Seems to be a lot of pressure placed on the exams. I know some classes even have it'll be more than half the grade will be based solely on exams, and that puts a lot of stress and maybe even depresses some kids.
I don't think you can just pinpoint someone who is depressed. I think it's just anybody you pass on the street could be depressed. So there's no key factor that shows that someone's depressed. It could be just it could be your best friend that you really don't know until maybe they tell you.
I think depression is really bad and it affects a lot of people, and it can have a serious impact on someone's life.
Exams, I think, is the #1 contribution to depression among college students, especially the week of final exams. Allowing 2 finals in the morning and afternoon and then 1 the next morning is just too much. There should be a larger spread out for exams.
I think that there's probably a variety of factors that come into play. There's school, whether it's midterm exams, final exams, various relationships. I know it seems like a lot of people, both girls and guys, they get into a relationship that ends badly, that can obviously put them into a state of depression. Also, being away from home for an extended period of time seems to mess with people. Those are the 3 that I can probably come up with at the top of my head, but I would say those are the main.
A depressed person probably down, sad, probably don't take good care of themselves, not a fresh haircut, sweats all the time. Not that wearing sweats is a bad thing, just mopey, not cheerful looking, I guess, is my best description of it.
I think what depresses college students is basically just finals week. I know during finals week I'm a very sad person and I'm very stressed and everything's just hard to cope for. I feel like everyone's just sad and they don't want to do anything. So I feel like that's mainly what depresses college students, other than their own personal problems that may be going on, either at home or school or other.
I think what depresses college students is pressure. I think a lot of people here don't know, not even here, but in general, have a hard time dealing with pressure. And when that gets to you, you might become depressed. Not only the pressure, but having to cope with yourself, with other students. I think that can lead to a lot. And, some students just need to learn how to deal with it, and hopefully they won't be depressed anymore.
I think depression, for me, depression means, for me personally, it doesn't mean a lot, but if I look at my friends, I think it means that they're having, they're in a weak state in their mental. So I think it means that their mental state is weak, yeah.
As a college student here at the university, what depresses me the most is the relationship part, added on to college homework and just being away from family. But when you going through hard times with your boyfriend and everything, it's like it gets real depressing. So that would be my main thing that depresses me during college right now.
I believe what depresses college students is the fact of not having that support system, whether it is a family member, a friend, an immediate friend, or someone that knows what you're going through and can actually relate. I believe that that's possibly something that people can get depressed about.
I think what depresses college students the most is being away from your family and all the stress that you have to deal with while especially being a freshman. I think that the first time that you're away from your family, you're responsible for everything, and that's really what makes college students most stressed about is that responsibility and that feeling of being alone. So I think that's what most depresses college.
Lots of homework, tests, everything builds up.
I think it's going to be split between 3 different things. The first one being grades, the second being relationships, the third being friends. Things aren't going the right way, so I hope that gives an answer. I can elaborate.
Teachers who take attendance and deducts from their grades.